that man made his way back here and was spotted dumpster diving just steps away from Taylor's home right here on Franklin Street. That man now back in police custody.
This is the 16th stalker that we know of that Taylor Swift has. 16.
Whoa. The Seattle man caught 3 times in 5 days lurking outside of Taylor Swift's apartment in Manhattan.
When somebody starts fantasizing about relationships with celebrities they've never met and then getting angry that they're in other relationships because the stalker then becomes jealous.
So have you guys heard about the whole Taylor Swift stalker situation? Well, Kansas City Chiefs' star player Travis Kelce sure has. And man, he had quite a reaction. Kelce was seriously ticked off when he heard about the guy who'd been causing all this fear and distress for Taylor. I mean, can you blame him? It's pretty messed up. But don't worry, it wasn't all anger. When he found out that Swift's stalker had been arrested, you could practically hear his sigh of relief. He was genuinely glad to know that Taylor was now safer and that action had been taken to protect her from further harassment. It just goes to show, even big sports stars like Kelce feel the same way we do when it comes to stuff like this. No matter how famous you are, everyone deserves to feel safe and secure, right? But wait till you see his reaction. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Now, did you guys hear about what happened just before Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert in Gelsenkirchen, Germany on July 17? Well, buckle up because it's quite a story. So there was this American guy who'd allegedly been making threats against Taylor and her boyfriend, who happens to be a player for the Kansas City Chiefs, on social media. Pretty scary stuff, right? Well, authorities caught wind of this, and guess what? They nabbed him. Yup, they arrested him, according to what they told the Associated Press. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. This dude, who's 34 by the way, but whose name hasn't been released, actually had a ticket to Taylor's show at the Veltins Arena on that very day. Can you believe it? He was planning on walking right into the stadium like it was no big deal. But thankfully, the authorities were on top of things. They arrested him as soon as he tried to enter the stadium. You see, initially, the authorities couldn't determine the level of risk this guy posed based on their initial investigation. But thanks to some helpful tips from the event organizers, they were able to act swiftly and detain him. So, hats off to the event organizers for playing such a crucial role in ensuring everyone's safety. So, what happened to this guy after he was arrested? Well, a local court decided that he needed to stay in custody for the entire duration of Taylor's Eras Tour residency in the city. That means he was kept under lock and key until July 20th. Now, I know this whole thing sounds pretty intense, but the authorities were quick to reassure everyone that there was never any real danger to Taylor, her boyfriend Kelce, or the whopping 60,000 fans who turned up for the show on July 17th. Phew, right? And you know what? Our girl Taylor didn't let this hiccup slow her down one bit. She went right ahead and performed in the German city on July 18th, and then again for the final concert on July 19th. Sadly, this isn't the first time Taylor's had to deal with a stalker. Just a few months ago, there was another incident that was pretty unsettling. A guy named David Crow was arrested not once, but twice within 3 days for stalking our beloved Miss Americana outside her New York City home. Here's how it went down. Taylor's security spotted Crow lurking around her apartment and called 911. He was arrested on January 20th because he had some outstanding warrants related to him skipping out on previous summons for misdemeanors, according to what the New York Times reported. But get this, after he was released, Crow just went right back to Taylor's New York home on January 22nd. I mean, can you believe the nerve of this guy? Thankfully, he was arrested again, and this time, he was charged with 2 counts of harassment and 2 counts of stalking. It's a tough situation, but it's good to know that the authorities are taking these incidents seriously and doing their best to keep Taylor safe. But here's a twist in the tale. About a month later, Crow's case was thrown out. Why? Because he was declared mentally unfit for trial. Instead of keeping him in Rikers Island jail, they moved him to a state hospital in New York so he could get mental health treatment. Both Manhattan prosecutors and his defense attorney confirmed this to the New York Post, and all charges against him were dismissed. Now, it's worth noting that that Taylor has been pretty open in the past about how her fame has led to fears of violence. It's a tough reality to face, but it's clear that she's doing her best to navigate these challenges while continuing to do what she loves, making music for her fans. "My fear of violence has continued into my personal life," Swift wrote in a 2019 essay for Elle. "I carry quick clot army-grade bandage dressing, which is for gunshot or stab wounds. Websites and tabloids have taken it upon themselves to post every home address I've ever had online. You get enough stalkers trying to break into your house and you kind of start prepping for bad things." Now, while Tay has been dealing with this her way, the people in her life are reacting in many different ways. And guess who else had something to say about Taylor's stalker getting arrested? None other than Travis Kelce's dad, Ed. Swifties, that's Taylor Swift fans for those not in the know, found Ed's pretty blunt reaction to the news on his Facebook account, and they're loving it. About 5 days after the arrest, Ed shared a Forbes article about the stalker's arrest on his Facebook page. And let me tell you, he didn't mince words. He wrote, "Love to know who this sumbee is." Now that's a savage response. It's clear that Ed, like his son Travis, feels strongly about the safety and well-being of Taylor. And fans loved this reaction. One person wrote, "Ed Kelce the icon, the legend that you are." Another wrote, "Protect Ed Kelce at all costs." Ed Kelce isn't just a vocal supporter of Taylor. He's also had the chance to spend some quality time with her. He was spotted hanging out with Taylor in a suite at Arrowhead Stadium when she came to watch a Kansas City Chiefs game back in October. And it's not just Ed who's been bonding with Taylor. Travis was also seen with Taylor's dad, Scott Swift, at one of her concerts in Buenos Aires last year. Now here's a fun tidbit. Last month, Travis shared on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast that his dad often comes across rumors about him and Taylor online. And guess what? He doesn't just let them slide. Nope. He goes straight to Travis to find out if they're true or not. Travis said, "You know what he'll do? He'll see some wild stuff come across and be like, 'What the heck is this?' It'll be something totally unexpected, like a rumor about me and Taylor, and he's like, 'Hey, are you guys okay?' And Travis's response? I'm like, 'Dad, get off Facebook, seriously, are you kidding me?' That's his search engine. It's clear that even though he might need to work on his internet skills a bit, Ed is deeply invested in his son's relationship with Taylor and always wants to make sure they're doing okay. Just like his dad, Travis Kelce also had some strong feelings about the whole situation. He was seriously ticked off, but he tried to keep his cool and not let his anger get the best of him. You see, Travis didn't publicly call out the guy earlier. It wasn't because he didn't care or wasn't angry, far from it. He just didn't want to draw more attention to Taylor during an already stressful time. He wanted to respect her privacy and not add fuel to the fire. But now that the stalker has been arrested, Travis is feeling a lot better. He's relieved and happy to know that Taylor is safe. Even though he kept his feelings under wraps initially, it's clear that he deeply cares about Taylor's well-being and safety. One thing's for sure, Travis Kelce is a rock-solid support system for Taylor Swift. He's got her back, no matter what. He stands by her side through thick and thin, cheering her on in everything she does. But it's not just about being there for her. Kelce genuinely admires Taylor. He sees how strong and brave she is, especially when dealing with difficult situations like the Stalker incident. He respects her resilience and her ability to handle tough times with grace and dignity. Kelce recognizes that it takes a lot of courage to be in the public eye and face the challenges that come with fame. And seeing Taylor navigate these challenges with such strength only deepens his admiration for her. It's clear that he has a lot of respect and love for Taylor, and he's committed to supporting her in any way he can. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.